Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I've got something really exciting to play with and try out today. The palette that I am going to be using has been a very talked about subject online recently. The palette, of course, is the Naked Reloaded palette by Urban Decay. For those of you who don't know, Urban Decay recently retired the OG Naked palette, the palette that was copied by every single brand that started the neutral eyeshadow phenomenon. I'm sure if you don't have the OG Naked palette, you have got one of the homages that were paid to it by other brands. And when I first seen the video that was like the funeral for the Naked palette with Nicole Richie and all the kind of influencers, I was like, really? And obviously I knew there must be a reason why, like, you would not retire such an iconic product unless you'd a new and improved version coming, and turns out I was right. Let's have a look at the palette. The packaging is kind of, I don't know, obviously I can't tell you on camera, but it's like a fabric packaging and it's slightly cushioned, it's super thin, it is really, really nice inside. Oh, I should really have cleaned that before I filmed. I have been using this palette since I got it. It's really, really cute. Obviously it's super thin and super like lightweight. You can just literally throw it in a bag and go, which I really like. The writing is like gold metallic, which is super cute, kind of like the original, which was the brown velvet with the gold metallic, so it's nice to have that little bit of continuity. But this is reloaded, right? So let's see what's inside. So obviously inside you've got a really nice mixture of colours. They are like neutral but a little bit warmer than that original Naked palette, which was kind of borderline cool tone. You've got some really nice kind of warm browns, you've got some really nice shimmers in here as well. I have been playing with this for about a week and the shimmer formula is like, it's really, really good. So I really like that. I like how the palette has on the outer corners like really big pans getting smaller as we go in. These two and these two are probably the ones you're going to run out of the quickest, so it's really cool that they have came out in big size. This colour here, Boundaries, I can tell you right now I am going to be going through like nobody's business, so I like that. But yeah, enough talk. So before we get into the fun stuff of playing with makeup, make sure you hit subscribe. The button will be somewhere down here. Make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss any future uploads from me. And without further ado, let's get naked. Reloaded. So I am of course starting off with my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion in the shade Eden, one of my all-time favourite eye bases. My resolution for today's video was to not make up the look as I went along. I wanted to have some sort of plan, but in true Allan fashion, I don't have one. So I'm gonna just... Oh, this mirror is so nice. I've not used it before, but the mirror is like perfect for doing eye makeup close up. I can hold it here and do my full eye makeup. Oh yeah. I'm just starting off by loading up a Morphe M433 with that shade Boundaries, the really nice kind of warm brown transition shade. And then I'm just doing what you all know I do every time, which is just really stamp that colour into place, getting it into the exact shade that I want. This is a really nice, like, classic warm brown transition. I can definitely see me hitting pan in this really soon. But yeah, I really like that colour. I actually wish that I could do a really boring video and just buff this colour all over and be done with it, but I'll put a little bit more effort into it than that. Then I'm just going to use that same brush at first, and I'm going to just start to use that to kind of blow the edges out. I will probably switch over to a bigger brush in a second, but I want to just start slowly feathering out the edges of that first colour, just to see how it blends. And then we're just slowly going to start to really push that colour out. So I've switched over to a big fluffy blending brush, and I'm just going to really push that out. I really don't mind taking this colour really high because the look is going to be super blown out and diffused and bronzy and everything that I love in an eye look. And just keep going, kind of window wipers and then little smaller motions back and forward, just until you get the blend you like. So I of course don't like to take the shadow like fully back and forward. I feel like you can lose a lot of pigmentation that way, so I like to do little circular blend motions, section at a time, but as I slowly build up my blend and intensify like how big I'm taking the areas, it will slowly pull the colour out, but I'm not going to lose that really nice intense laydown of product. Once we've got that colour nice and blended out, I'm now going to switch over to a little Morphe M506 brush, which I'm loading up with the shade Endgame, which is the nice dark matte brown. and I'm using that colour just to really kind of build up a kind of smoky outer corner. You'll notice that again that I am not window wiping this colour in. I am just really kind of patting it into place just so I can really build up intensity on the outer corner at first before we worry about doing any blending, because we can totally get to that like once we've got the colour how we want it. I really like this palette having that dark matte brown, because I noticed in the Naked original there wasn't really a dark enough colour to really smoke everything out. It was matte, so having this is a really nice addition. Obviously it looks a hot mess right now. We know we're going to get sorted right, so just bear with me. And I'm going back in with the Morphe M433 brush, and I'm mixing Boundaries and Endgame, and I'm just going to really start to diffuse that colour in the outer corner and just make sure that it's really blending in nicely to the crease. And don't be afraid if you have blended a little bit of that colour away and you lose that darkness in the outer corner. You can go back in and add more. At this point it's all about just getting a really seamless blend to your eyeshadow, and then we can worry about building up dark colours later. And you'll see how we're just starting to develop a really smoky outer corner, but it's nothing too harsh and nothing too dark. I want this look to be really soft, glam, but I still want it to be super beat. So finding that line and that compromise is always fun. But just take it what works for you. If you want to go full beat, you can literally go full beat with this. If you want to be really soft, you can be really soft. I want to be somewhere in the middle. So I'm just going back in with more of that colour Endgame again, and just re-intensifying any darkness that we've lost in the outer corner when we were blending that colour out. Cool, so we've got a really nice outer corner smoke. It is nice light to dark. You could go in with like a nice matte skin coloured shadow at this point and be done with it, but I thought let's do a little bit of something else. So I'm just using the shade Reputation, which is this really nice bronze shade. To apply the colour, I actually wet my brush and I use my All Nighter setting spray by Urban Decay just to foil the shadow. It gives the shimmers a really nice finish, and it also gives me like no fallout, which is always the winner. And you see how it was just one swipe and the colour went on so nice and really just kind of glided onto the eye so effortlessly. So far so good. And I'm just making sure when I get to this little area here where the dark shadow starts that I'm kind of pulling the shimmer over the top. Obviously I don't want it to stop abruptly, and I am going to smoke it out a little bit more, but just to kind of make sure that it's thinning as it goes, it will help a lot. And then I can just go back in with that Boundaries colour mixed into the darker colour again and just pat that over the edge so we get a really nice join. You guys will see how little effort that took to build up the colours and give me that really nice seamless glam. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put on a little bit of liner. Now this is the black one, but from the Jennifer Lopez collab. I really like this liner because it's super matte and really intensely black, so it does give your eyes that really nice drama which we're looking for today. Obviously liner is totally personal and you could totally skip this step if you don't want it to be as smoky, but I want it to look kind of smoky today. And once I get to the edges, I'm going in with more of the colour Endgame on that little tiny Morphe brush again and just packing it over just to smudge the liner into something, and you see how that really brings the eye to life. You guys know that liner is a step that I will happily skip on most eye looks just because my eyes are a little bit challenged for lid space. I like to keep as much space open, and liner can take away from a lot of the shadow, but I wanted this look to be a little bit more on the smoky side, so liner is, but we can do without it. You can skip this step. So I'm going to just start smoking out my lower lash line just by taking that colour Endgame on a little pencil brush, and I'm just slowly running that along my lower lash line, being careful to kind of pull upwards when I get to the end of the eye because I want this look to be a little bit more than I normally would do. Normally I'm quite rounded. We're not quite ready for a wing yet, but we're just kind of giving that overall direction to the look. And then just going over the edges with that colour Boundaries, the transition colour we used at the start, and just using that to diffuse any harsh line left by the first colour. And you'll see how that gives you that really nice kind of soft, smoked out lower lash line, which you know I live for, right? Just to finish off the eye look, I'm taking some more of that Inglot gel liner, and I'm just running that along my waterline. I'm not worried about making a little mess here and getting in between my lashes, because then I'm going to go back in with more of that dark brown shade Endgame on my little pencil brush and pull the black through it and really smudge it out. And then the last step is just taking the really nice light shimmer shade Angel Fire, and I'm going to just pop that in my inner corner just to really nicely highlight the eye. This one is going to give you that really nice pop and just make everything look super bright and super... Okay, so all that's left to do now is put on some mascara. For that I'll be using my favourite mascara, Perversion by Urban Decay. Then I'm going to pop on some lashes, and as if by magic, here we are. So just to finish everything off, let's go in with a lip. Just to finish off my lips, I'm going to go in with my favourite lip liner, which is Liar by Urban Decay. And then I'm going to go in with my favourite nude lipstick, Stark Naked, also by Urban Decay. And there we have it. That is the finished look. I am so happy how this makeup turned out today. I think it looked so nice. This palette was so easy to work with. You guys seen how quickly this look came together. It's very glam and I really like it. The shimmers in the Naked Reloaded palette are so nice, they glide on, and of course the mattes are bomb anyway, but we all know Urban Decay do matte shadows so well. They do shimmers well anyway, we do eyeshadows well anyway, but I really like this palette. It was so easy to work with. I also cannot wait to do a look with the kind of coral colour. I think that'll be really nice, and I can see this being a firm staple in my makeup bag all year round, which I think is really cool. If you guys like this palette, let me know. If you guys like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Please hit subscribe if you haven't already. You guys can always keep up to date with me on my other social media channels, which are always kind of like somewhere up here. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thanks so much for getting naked with me, and I will see you next time. Bye!